right, what's going on, UBA? This is the voice of choice, Sean Dyke Facing, along with the Rambler himself, NY Rambler.
Yo,
Kenny,
what up, Sean Dyke?
Kenny Latham,
Yes,
the third,
sir.
Esquire, all kind of things. And
Right. One of those is not true.
One of those not true, Esquire?
Yeah, that's the one.
No,
yes.
no Roman J? All right, and we are here Sunday. It is the Brooklyn Queens tour stop number 4 here at AMF Wantagh Lanes. I want to thank everybody who joined us yesterday for our doubleheader that took place. And we have the franchise versus Lane Crashers.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, and they feel like they've been slighted a lot when it comes to playoff contention. They've always been one of those teams who you knew was and should always be in the playoff combo.
Yes, they made the final 2 a few years ago.
Yes, they did.
I think in 2021 or 2022, one of those 2 years. I think 2022. They were battleable. They lost to Outrage in the finals, so they're a team that can definitely make it out there. And this year also a good start. They are in first place in this division with 100 points. Good start to the year. Franchise also slower start this year. They only won one of their first 2 matches. They have 42 points. They're in 8th place right now.
Okay.
Miguel Akobo starting for us on the left side, and he starts off with a plaque 10.
Yeah, look, very, very balanced on that shot. You said you wanted to see how many shots Akobo was going to be able to post.
He's known for his off-balance approach and his lucky carry. He had neither of those in that shot.
Yeah, that's the name of TG. That's the name of the game. And speaking of TG, we got Thomas Grunwald. Tommy Grun himself. Let's see if the guns are out for Tommy Guns. And let's see if he keeps his shirt on this time when he shoots 300.
If we go back to the Battle Ball a few years ago, yes. And he starts off with looks like a 3-punt. Instead of 9-pin. Okay, it's a 9-pin.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Franchise their last match lost 36-4 to Silent Killers. So rough match last week. Looking to bounce back this week, get back into the conversation. In this division, top 4 teams are guaranteed a playoff spot, and then there's one wildcard spot throughout the entire Northeast Conference, or the entire Atlantic Conference. So you really want to be in the top 4. And this is the division where it's very tough to make it a top 4. There's 6 or 7 really good teams in this division.
Indeed, and we're watching 2 of them right now.
Yes, we are.
And Tommy Grunwald looking to make easy work of the 9-pin, and yes, he does. It looks like the ball's going to check up a little bit.
Yes,
so you've bowled here at Wantagh. Can you tell us a little bit about the topography here?
So Long Island is known for being a relatively easy place to bowl. Not this one. Wantagh's one of the tougher ones. Again, yesterday you guys were Woodmere.
Yeah.
Woodmere's tougher than this, in my opinion, but this is not an easy cakewalk. This isn't no East Meadow, no Garden City, no East Iceland.
Still here.
You earn your keep here in Wantagh. The house record here is only 856. That says it all right there.
Yeah. And in a world where equipment is king, it seems that it's still hard to carry here.
Chris Bria just struck for franchise, and Charles Jumbo Harris on the right just left another plaque 10. We'll talk about our scratch team here. On the franchise, we have former world champ Miguel Akobo, we have Chris Bria, and we have Tommy Gerkula. On Lane Crashers, we have Tommy Grunwald, Charles Jumbo Harris, and Joey Asara. I know all of these bowlers very well. Chris, I probably know the least of the 6, but we bowled against them for years, both these teams, and very formidable scratch pairs, as we see Gerkula with a strike for franchise on the left lane.
Yeah, great shot by Gerkula right there. And right now, he's definitely one of the 2 strikes that were thrown for his scratch pair. And Jumbo, his ball matched his namesake there, and it swole up and took out that 10-pin. Very late, but better late than never.
Yes. Yeah. Don't let Jumbo's nonchalant fool you. He is a menace on those lanes. He carries a 240 average, and he carries it very well.
Carries a Jumbo average.
Yes. Now we have I would say, one of, if not the most underrated bowlers in the entire Northeast.
UBA OG.
UBA OG, white chocolate, Joey Asara.
Yep.
He's very unassuming. He lets his bowling do the talk for him, and he's very, very good. I would say, for my money, probably the best bowler on the pair right now. And he also leaves a 9-pin to start. Yeah, 3 good shots, and not all good shots get rewarded, as we can see for the first frame for all 3 scratch bowlers on Lane Crashers. That's the issue with. I think it's just more so it's the house. You know, the pins, they're harder. It's harder to knock them down here as opposed to some others. It's not necessarily the shot. The shot might not be tough, might not be easy. It's just that sometimes the pins don't fall.
Yeah, and from what I know, shout out to my cousin Amphika Greaves, lets me know that they're consistent when it comes to changing and and then basically changing their pins, getting new pins, not really always breaking them in.
Yeah.
So
if there's relatively fresh pins out there, fresher pins are harder to knock down.
Yeah. But should be no problem right here in this 9-pin conversion.
Yeah. Though I have seen crazier things happen.
Yes, we all have. And hopefully we don't see nothing too crazy here, and I don't think we're going to see anything all over it. So keys to victory right now for well, not just a scratch pair, but for both teams as a whole.
All right, so we'll call out the handicap later, but looking at the handicap, when we get to the second pair on game 2, there is no handicap. They're both getting the same number of pins, so that'll be another scratch matchup over on 41 and 2 we see on game 2. Game 1, franchise will have a little bit more handicap to deal with. They'll have 21 pins to work with. But both these teams, so a lot of teams you see they're deep on the scratch end, but they're not that deep on the handicap end. This team's both these teams are really deep on both.
And that shot hit deep right there. He lost his balance, but damn sure didn't lose his carry.
Yeah. Yeah, both these teams are very deep in both the scratch and the handicap pairs. Like especially lane crashes on a scratch pair, they're very deep, and then you think, oh no, lane crashes all a scratch team, but they have some really solid handicap bowlers on there. We will see a few of them later on.
And Grunwald up.
And Grunwald, another 9-pin.
That ball went a little high, though.
Yes.
Mercifully, the 4 did not join.
Apparently, the bowlers here saw my Facebook post from Wednesday.
And here comes El Blanquito up right now. Chris Bria. And that ball gets a little outside and comes in high again.
9-pin. So that's 4 9-pins, I think, or 3 9-pins in the first 2 frames already.
Yeah.
Here.
And now we can have a pretty good bar tab with all the 9 pins being left.
Yeah. When my team bowled franchise first week of the year, we bowled against the same exact scratch lineup. Miguel, Chris, and Tommy, same trio over at Garden City. So I know firsthand how tough these guys are. We had to grind out all 3 games against them.
All right, no problem on the 9-pin. And then the question is, what are we going to see more? 9 pins at Wantagh or 8 10s at Woodmere?
Definitely 9 pins at Wantagh, I think.
Oh no, that's a close race.
I don't know. I left 6 9-pins on Wednesday at FunFest, so it's kind of been a little bit of an epidemic, a little bit. Mm-hmm. It's spread, when one person gets it, everybody gets it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you at Malachitis.
That's the 8-10. But again, Woodmere is a whole different animal when it comes to bowling alleys. All right, we see Bria with the 9-pin. He's going to try to throw the same shot to lock it up, and no problems there.
When it comes to scratch pairs, and that's I alluded to yesterday, there is no assistance in terms of what you get, and all 10 back for Jumbo Harris.
Yes.
Yeah. No assistance. Whatever you bowl is what you bowl. You have to post your shots, make playable shots, 9s and better, but you always want better than 9.
Yes.
And we have Greg Kula up.
The Marine.
Yep, the Marine himself. Yep. Is it the first Marine, or is it all the other ones that went straight to video?
No, he was actually in the Marines.
That's right.
We're not talking about bad John Cena movies.
There you go. And that's similar to a John Cena hat that he has on right there as it gets the double.
Well, we can't see it.
We definitely can't see it.
Here's Joey on the left lane.
Let's see if we can see 10 back.
Nope.
Oh.
Came a little high.
Yeah.
4, 6, 7.
Yeah, and I noticed that even on his first shot when he left the 9-pin, I noticed that his feet didn't seem settled. I don't know if it was either sticking or slipping. And if you saw in the first shot, hopped up a little bit. I'm wondering if he's still fighting to get a little comfortable.
Yeah. So sometimes these bowlers, when it's you're not thinking the ball's going to jump on game 1. You're thinking that it's going to be fresh and stuff, but maybe it's a sign of things to come. If they're a little drier to start, maybe they'll either stay this way, the transition won't be as bad, or it'll just be dry and then also transition and be super dry by game 3.
Yep.
We shall see how the lanes break down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, marathon, not a sprint, but if you do sprint, you want to maintain pace so that way you don't lose the race.
Yeah, and Joey gets the wood.
And wood is big, and we saw a lot of missed wood in one of yesterday's matches where there were people playing like a bad hero ball, going for all and getting none, and that could be very costly.
Yes, especially when wood is 10 points for the team. Every pin's going to matter.
Yeah. Right. Yep, and we got Tommy Guns up.
On the right side.
Cox back to Shotty. And buries that one. No 9-pin on
no
that
9-pin
one.
that time.
And Mr. Balance himself, LT Barone.
That was definitely not in balance, and wraps 10-pin.
Yeah. Yeah, 10 was the number, but he would like all 10 pins on the first shot.
I will say one thing about Tommy. If the lanes are dry, he will tell you they are dry.
Yes.
Or he will draw plastic by game 2, 1 of the 2.
Seen it happen. And you mentioned the 10 points overall for overall wood, so give a little insight. 2 points per game for each pair, 4 points for overall wood on your individual pair, and 10 points overall for all 3 pairs.
All 3 games, all 3 pairs, and all 9 games that are bowled. So like I said, we will see the other handicap pairs.
Yep.
As we see Miguel go for the 10-pin and unfortunately flags it.
Yeah, American flag similar to Gracula's hat. So that's 2 open frames, 1 by each team.
All right, Jumbo trying to jump on that missed open and gets another strike. So 2 in a row for Jumbo.
Yeah, he definitely responded with that. And let's see if we can complete what we like to call the beer frame. So either White Chocolate's going to be a star or he's going to the bar. We're going to see. First Brie, I'll tell you time.
El Blanquito on the left. So he's throwing the new Ivory Rhino, and he gets all 10 down with it.
Yes, and it hit and it went through almost similar to a Rhino's horn right there, a little tusk.
Yep. Joey, I caught a glimpse of what Joey's throwing out there right now. He's throwing the virtual energy blackout. So again, a mid-range ball for both of those last 2 I mentioned. They're both middle of the road balls, so they're not meant to hook a ton. You see Joey gets it out this time, but it does not finish and leaves himself a 2-8-10.
Did you say 2-8-10? I know that name.
Pat Halis.
Pat Halis. What up, Pat? Shout out to Woodmere Lanes again. And potentially 2 opens. That is a highly likely missable, slightly likely makeable.
Yeah, it's hard to make. It's possible, though. And Gracula carries the 4-pin late. So he's off to a first 3.
Yeah, road to perfection. Yeah, based on these 2 frames by Sarah, you got to wonder if it's a footing issue or if it's an adjustment in terms of surface.
So I think he tried adjusting from the last shot, this shot, and he over-adjusted. I think he drew it a little too far to the right. So maybe he has to either move right with his feet or just play a slightly tighter line. But he's going to just go for the 2, it looks like here.
Yeah, definitely not being greedy there. Wise move.
Yes.
OGs already know. Yeah, strikes are good, but wood is always good.
24-point lead for the franchise to start off here after 3 frames here on the scratch pair.
And we got Tommy Guns up. Right now, no opens for Grimwald. He likes it, gets it up the lane. And that finished late. That finished late in the pocket.
Yeah, and you see the 10-pin didn't go around. Let's see what Miguel can get on their board now. And there's a good shot from Miguel.
Yeah, and it like he was going a little West Coast with there, like he's hitting the jerk. That's right, no balance, and he's all challenged. He will challenge you at every shot. He's the only person that can throw 800 and still have his back turned on every single shot.
So we're going to get Bria going first here on the right side before Tommy spare.
When you shot the rail?
And Chris gets it out, gets it come back, and gets the 7 down for a nice looking strike.
Very good. Potential 280 finish for Bria.
It's way too early to say that.
That's why I say potential.
Come on, it's way too early for that.
So right now the difference, Kenny, is 2 opens on the side of Lane Crashers, 1 open on the side of Franchise.
Yeah, Joey's back-to-back splits. But again, still early. Both these teams know how to strike a lot.
The one thing about Asera, he definitely has good backup in Jumbo and Tommy Guns.
Yeah, it's great to have 2 phenomenal bowlers to be by your side. But I mean, man, all 6 of these guys are really good bowlers.
Hey, Tommy, we already said if you happen to shoot 300 and take your shirt off, we're gonna blur it out.
I'll make sure I don't go 300 then, you know. I don't want to scare the fans at home.
Jumbo with the strike on the left lane here. Now it's up to Tommy and Joey again. Tommy on the left. Sorry, Tommy on the right lane here. Trying to get a four-bagger to start us off.
Dracula gets it up the lane and buries it. That's 4 back. We're going to see what adjustment Sarah makes.
Yeah. I think he's going to move right again. He's not a huge fan of playing it straight, but I think right now that's where he has to be. You don't want this game to get out of hand, especially when you have Tommy with front 4. You have Chris with 2 in a row also. You know, he get out of hand real quick if they start striking him. So a strike here can ease the pain a little bit.
Let's see if we can stop the bleeding.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah, definitely straighter angle on that.
The straighter angle still didn't finish as strong as I think he would have liked, but it got all the pins down, so that's the best you can hope for at this point.
Hey, sometimes a little tickle make all the pins wiggle,
Yeah,
right?
well, you know, however they fall, you know. It doesn't always have to be pretty. Ask Miguel. Oh, look, he's right there on the left lane.
Oh, there you go. Hey, be careful, man. That's a shark.
Miguel looking for a double here on 37. Oh, and he gets the light, he gets the parry.
He said it does not have to look good.
That's not quite. I wouldn't quite call that a high Miguel moment, but it was close.
Very close. Love to see a compilation of that.
Oh, there was a huge compilation. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, there you go. Speaking of Miguel strikes. Tommy with the late carry on the 10.
Yes, and if you hear anything in the background, that is the stylings of one Erica Jo Thompson.
She's still here.
AKA still here.
She's still here.
She's still here. No, she's still here.
All right. There's Chris with a strike.
And the Red Cup Jum himself. Let's see what Jumbo Harris has. We already know what he's working on. Can he keep working on it?
And came in really high there. Yeah, he missed left and then paid the price for it.
Yeah. He got a little contract for the San Francisco 49ers on that shot.
Oh God.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. Now, one of the fun splits to go for.
Yeah.
You're always tempted to go for this.
It's because more often than not, you're not going to miss completely unless your name's me.
Yeah.
But before we get that split, we're going to have Tommy going for front 5 here on lane 37. He doesn't like it.
And that's why.
That's why. He came in really high, but luckily it's not a split.
Yep.
See if Jumbo's going to go for his 4-9. He's going for it, and he tickled the 4, but it didn't fall.
Yeah. Obviously, he tried to tell a joke to the 4, and the 4 didn't like it. And could that be highly costly, slightly costly? Who
knows?
We've seen overall would be decided by 1 pin before.
Yep. And that was 2 pins, actually, because you're on a strike.
Yeah, because 1 is 2 in those situations.
Yep.
Bowling math. Gotta love it. And no, he's not going to give it back with a chop.
Nope. All right.
We thought we was going to get a tray on camera. That we've got 2 more games on.
Yeah, we do have 2 more games. And we have a lot more talented bowlers, even on the handicap pairs.
That's right. Handicap, what is that? Both these teams are almost essentially scratch.
Pretty much. All right, let's see what Joey can do here on 38. Trying to string a double together. And that shot he liked.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Yep. He got a little big on that shot.
Yep.
So 9 spare, split, open right there, and a double.
Yeah. So we're now a 38-point lead for the franchise through 5 here. And more strikes on the side of the franchise. But again, still, now we're halfway home. I can't say it's early anymore, but the game's not over yet.
Oh yeah,
not by a long shot.
We're approaching the halfway mark of game number 1, and he was halfway balanced.
Yeah. Yeah.
I knew that was his strike. He was looking at the parking lot after he threw that.
There you go. Almost similar to a C-walk when he threw that one.
And Tommy, nice strike as well.
Yeah.
So matching strikes to start off for Miguel and Tommy.
We got Jumbo Harris up.
You guys blurring out my hat, or are we good?
Oh, no. Well,
We're not blurring it out.
I'll tell you what, if you flag any spares, we'll get a closer to your flag. Let's see what happens here with El Blanquito. And no whiteout needed there. Nope. He's Xing out all his frames, but in a good way.
Yes, that's a 4 in a row for Chris.
With that potential 280 finish that I alluded to before. Let's see what Jumbo can do. Ooh.
Jumped up high on him again.
Yeah, yanked on it.
So it's time to either make the adjustment, which is go to a weaker ball, or give it a little more room. One of the two.
I would say definitely give it a little more room.
Yeah.
Any overall point predictions in regards to this match? Just a point spread, not a winner, but just a point spread.
I mean, we have to be we have to be what's called what's
objective.
The word? We have to be objective because
I'm not going to say a winner.
This is our division, right?
Yeah.
So we can't say what we hope happens, right?
Hope. What is hope?
We can't say that we hope the franchise wins because that helps us as different division, being behind.
You certainly can't say that out loud on the microphone right there.
What I think will happen, what I hope will happen.
Well, what I think is
I
going
hope
to
it's a
happen.
2020 tie.
Well, I say it's going to be a 26-14.
That sounds like it could be.
In favor of who? Don't know. Won't say.
Okay, sure. All right.
All I will say is that that's 2 opens back-to-back for Jumbo Harris.
I will say that was a very Bobby Heenan thing for you to do, to not take sides and change your mind when it gets more obvious. I knew he was going to win all along.
Well, there's only one brain in the UBA. What up, Malachi Moore?
Oh Lord.
And speaking of more, we're going to need more strikes from Joey Acera.
Yeah, it's getting out of hand right now. This game 1.
Yeah. And the one thing, you don't want that deep hole. You don't want that deep gash to start.
Yeah, let's see if Joey can get it. Look, he likes it, and he flushes it.
There you go. And we got a suck it up request from Liz. And great adjustment there by Joey Acera. Now let's see if everyone else can get back on the strike train all on one accord. United they strike, and hopefully they will bring the lead down and maybe even potentially walk it down.
Tommy,
Ooh,
that's
very
left. That's
tight.
left.
Yeah, he got deep, and there's a baby on the lane.
Yep.
And let's see if we got 3 left feet on this shot. Let's see what happens.
Nope.
3 left feet. 3 left feet.
We knew it was a strike as soon as he lost the balance.
Yeah.
He looks at you. You know it's a good shot.
He wants me to yell at him. That's why.
As soon as he it was almost like an Omarion-like spin. And right now, and with the exception of that ice box of a 10-pin flag, he has got 4 in a row.
Yep. And Tommy trying up, they're not getting the right side of that 3-pin, and another open frame.
Open opens.
Yeah, this is remember earlier I said is getting out of hand. Now it's just out of hand.
Yeah, out of hand, and they need to get a grasp on the situation.
They need to hold on and stop the bleeding now.
Yeah, because right now it's bleeding out onto the lanes.
Just because Bria now continues again at 280. I was making fun of you for talking about earlier, a couple frames ago. Now it's looking a little more like a possibility.
Maybe. Bria gets it up the lanes.
Yeah, he keeps it in that spot. He has that line.
Yeah.
It's working perfectly for him.
And he must have heard you when he said, you know him the least. Well, he's going to make sure you get to know him a little better.
I still know him pretty well. Just I know the other guys more.
And I know Jumbo gave that one more room.
Yeah, he needed that. He gave a lot of room. Still didn't come back as much as I think he wanted to, but he's happy with the result, that's for sure.
Yeah, a little more room in the track and assume it'll come back. Yeah, that's right. I came ready today.
I thought you used it all up yesterday.
Oh, no. I got a lot left in the tank.
Okay, Mark Henry.
You think it's that easy? No, I did not have on a Salmon coat. Yeah, potential 278 right now, as it looks of it. What it looks like for Tom Gracula.
And that one he liked a little more, but it skidded it a little bit.
Oh
2-8-10.
man, another cameo.
Oh God. We're not at Woodmere anymore though.
Yeah, but even though we're not at Woodmere, that makes a difference in the deficit in regards to the wood.
Yeah. However, though, that can help a little bit if Lakers want to try to get back into this.
Yeah. If they're offering you a plate, you better get a fork. And right now, they better stop trying to act like they're on a diet. They better jump on this.
Yeah. And especially this shot, Joey needs this for a 4-bagger and to, make it a little more reasonable.
Oh, he likes that out the hand.
Yeah. For my money, one of the best releases pause in the entire UBA, if not all of bowling.
Yeah. So you enjoy watching that release? Whoa.
Wow. Oh, and he gets 0 to 7.
Well, he asked us whether or not his hat would be a factor. And we might almost have to zoom in on that American flag for flagging everything. He flagged everything.
Oh, Lord.
But knowing Gracula, he will definitely get back on the ball. He's one that does not make many mistakes. And when he adjusts, trust me, he will probably blind you with all the strikes that he can and more than likely will throw in the following frames.
All right, kicking off the 8th frame on the right with Miguel, who's on a 4 in a row. He's struck 4 times. He's fallen off 4 times. He falls off again.
And it goes to the other lane.
And he flushes it.
Oh, my goodness.
Are you shocked?
Are you not
Former world champion.
Yeah. And for his next trick, it'll be a moonwalk.
Oh, well.
With glittery socks.
Grunwald on the left. Ooh, ring 10.
Yeah, with that 100 points that you said that they have leading the division, does lane crashers. You never want to find a C note and you never want to give it back. They don't want to give anybody any kind of income. They want to come in and they want to take every bit of loose change, but they can't keep leaving change on the table.
All right, Bria hits the same mark and gets all of them down again. He continues 6 in a row for Chris Bria.
Potential 280 finish.
Tommy makes a 10-pin.
All over that one. And the 240 average, Chris Bria bowling like every bit of that 240.
Yes.
Let's see if Jumbo Harris is going to stop right here at the ATM and make a deposit right here on this one. He needs to take everything out on the first shot. Just to cut down the lead.
Oh,
mercifully.
does that qualify as Miguel carry? No.
No,
has to be, sorry, okay.
No, there was too much balances, by the way. He was too squared up with the pins.
You got lucky to carry the 4 and the 7 late there and get just a 10-pin left.
Yeah, peanut butter, you damn Skippy.
All right, after that 2-8-10, let's see if Gracula can get back on the strike train here. And he does so.
Yeah, he was.
He just has to figure the left lane out then.
Yeah. There you
Jumbo
go.
makes 10-pin.
Covers that spare right there. So now, in terms of real estate, you have to be thinking this. Right now, we're getting smacked up a little bit on scratch. You can only hope that both your handicap pairs are making up for the deficit that you have on your pair. Because the handicap is the heart and soul of all UBA teams. It's good when your scratch does work, but you definitely want to make sure that your handicap pairs are taking advantage of what pins they get, if they get pins.
So we'll see the handicap pairs in action later, but I will say that it looks like that franchise is doing what they're supposed to do over on handicap 2, and the middle pair is very close.
All right, this next shot that Joey's throwing up, this could potentially be 5 in a row. He needs all of it right now. Double bounce, but he still likes it. Yep. And he stays balanced until he actually walks away. Not accidentally walk away. Yeah, that's right, Joey.
Talk about polar opposites because of the bowling. You have Miguel, you have Joey, but you know what? Both of them get the work done.
Yo, Joey, I noticed that you actually walked away. You didn't lose no balance on that one.
So you and Miguel are polar opposites, except the fact that you both strike a ton.
99% of bowlers are total opposite of Miguel.
All right, here comes Tommy on the right lane.
And he likes that one.
Yep, that's 10 out of 10. That's
Yeah.
trouble he's had a couple times with single pin spares.
Yeah.
Leaving single pins, but he got that one out.
Potential 215 for Grumwall.
Yeah, Miguel has a potential 258 if he keeps this up.
And he doesn't like that one.
Yeah,
he didn't like that one.
No, he didn't fall off enough. And now you have a great charge.
Yeah.
That plays the Bon Jovi song.
And yeah, he was living on a prayer, but prayers were not answered. And speaking of prayers, we have the Greek. Speaking of prayers and speaking of Greek, we have the Greek church up there.
There you go.
All right, Jumbo flushes. And, you know, now you're going to lane crash be a little wilder now after that. Yeah, he's Jumbo.
Was he Jumbo? Like, was he a big man?
Well, right now that was a big shot.
And, ooh, teased it, but just hits the 3.
We almost saw a tabernacle of a pickup right there.
I've never heard the tabernacle be used as a verb before until
There you
today.
well, when you are black and with a microphone, anything could be a verb. Yeah. Speaking of action, Bria up, and
That's a 7 in a row.
yep, I will not be the dark cloud. I said 280 finish, and I stand by what I said.
Yeah.
Now the only thing that they can celebrate is that the lead is under 100.
Yeah.
And Miguel getting that unfortunate 5 count, and that 5 count hurt because he was on a plethora of strikes.
Yes.
All right. One thing about Joey and all good bowlers who know how to get settled in their shot, they will take their time. They focus on rinse and repeat. Let's see if he can repeat shots. He gets that one a little loud, but he's still.
Yeah, that's, a little too much room there. He gets a little lucky to carry 8 out of that.
Yeah. A lot of 8.
He gave that a little too much room.
Yeah. Well, he dropped his shoulder a little bit on that one too.
Let's see if Rick Cool will get back on the strike train on the left lane, which he's been struggling on. And 10 pin.
Yep. Hopefully he was hoping for no pins being left behind, but he has to go back for 1. There's no commercials on the stream, but his ball will be right back.
Oh, God. All right, Joey with double wood to 2-8. Shouldn't be an issue, though. And it is not.
Oh, the ball almost took a little trip. And a very good comeback for Sarah. Potential 223 finish for him.
Yeah.
Wasn't looking good for 2 and 3.
Well, a 5-bagger is a good way to fix that, you know?
A very good way to just get yourself back in the fight.
And Tommy will flag that 10 pin.
And you know what? Even though they have the lead on scratch, they're leaving a lot of pins, on the table.
Yeah.
And what could have been a really, really big lead is not so bad when you look at potential overall wood.
Yeah.
And even though we're not looking at the other pairs, they're doing decent work on the other pairs. As you hear Wantagh in the back.
All right,
And look at the post shot.
He posted and struck? What is that? Who is that guy? He posted and struck?
And we just got a live shot of Miguel Akobo's new profile pic. Oh, it must be 10th frame, that's why.
Yes. He's turning over a new leaf.
Yo, he posted it. Yo, it looked good. Everything looked good after a fucking open. So y'all say that. Tell the whole story.
Well, the story is that you got another split.
Is your guys open?
Oh, man. So
That was UBA OG Yankee Jr. We'll see him in Game 3.
yes, we will. And one thing I got to definitely say, Miguel is respecting your fight if he starts posting shots.
Yeah. Oh, not
Except for
anymore.
that
He doesn't like it.
He's the only person I know that does a heel turn every single time he strikes.
That was good. I'll give you that one.
Oh, I got
one of your jokes a lot. That was a good one.
Yes. I told you. I got sleep. And let's see if he can put this split to sleep. And he played safe hero ball there.
Yeah, 183 for Grunwald.
Yeah. And potential 219 finish, provided that Akobo continues to turn over a new leaf and continues to spin and win. And there we go.
And finishes off with the final three. We're 219.
Yeah, every single time I watch him strike, I think about Zoolander. Except Zoolander has the same pose every time. He has a different one for each shot. And
Jumbo 8-pin.
wow, he breaks up a lot there.
Yes.
And mercifully only an 8-pin. So being that it's a marathon, not a sprint, you know you already lost this game. After you make this spare, do you go in the bag? Do you look at something different?
It depends. I mean, that shot wasn't that bad. It just, he's trying to over-adjust for a previous shot. So I tried to move a little right. As Bria tries to continue his 280 and flushes it. I hate for my partner to be right, but he's going to be right, it looks like.
Oh, so right. And covers the 8-pin, does Jumbo Harris. Strike will give him 193. And yes, he is going to take a little look at something different.
Yep, going to looks like a radioactive vibe. That ball I know is not hooked too much, so see what it looks like.
So maybe going for a stroker's approach, maybe a little more up the boards, old school?
Maybe. I can't speak for how strokers bowl, so.
Yeah, right, Jumbo taking his time. Yeah, much more direct.
Yeah, went to a lower ball, a little more direct. Still came a little high, though, so he's going to adjust for that shot.
Yes. 192.
192 for Jumbo. And Bria leaves a 10-pin. You was wrong. I told you was wrong.
I was wrong.
You were wrong. It's only going to be 269.
Only going to be 269. And apparently we got word that there's someone else that could do that too and strike off balance. Tiff, is that what you mean, striking off balance, when you say he could do that too? And Blanquito looking to cover that 10-pin, no problem. I think it's going to be no problem. 269.
So 269 for Chris.
Maybe he was dumping on that last shot.
I don't know. I don't think 240 ball was dumped.
By shooting 239 across.
Yeah.
So right now is basically a 100-pin difference on the nose.
Yeah. Let's see if Joey can get a strike here. Yeah.
Great shot.
If you go to Wikipedia and Google the words "flush strike," you find
Right
that right there.
And what do you Google to see a Kobo strikes?
Lucky ass mofo carries BS stuff all the time. That's what got.
He might call it championship carry.
Hey, listen, whatever works,
Whatever works.
And oh wow,
We got a 410.
410. That's a weird carry.
Oh wow! So we're gonna see.
So it's only gonna be about 80 points, depending if Joey strikes here.
Yeah, and it's not often you see that. Front four 189.
Yeah.
Assuming he doesn't make it. And Joey looking to take advantage of this and to cut the lead down, at least on the scratch pair, and keep it underneath 100.
Well, got away with that one.
Kobo.
Very high hit.
Like a good neighbor, BS carry was there.
And
I said assuming.
Made.
I said assuming.
He said
doesn't
spare
pick it.
made on that one.
He said, I will not go front four and not shoot deuce. At least deuce.
Or maybe go 199. You never know. He's going to try it from all as well. He's like it's an alter reality in his hand.
Mm-hmm. Well, his score was looking like an altered version of reality based on how he started.
Listen, sometimes it happens. Sometimes you go, you tap 5 frames in a row, you go out the door for 230. You never know.
Yeah, Tiffany said yes. Yeah, in terms of A-Dub, Aaron Williams, yeah. I've seen him. When I saw him at Lodi, he was striking a lot. He looked balanced on every shot. Maybe I have to see him in league. And Joey with a little slight loft.
That was a loft, yeah. And 10 stands. Maybe 222.
Yeah, maybe doing a little forecasting for games 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Just a reminder, UBA voters, please bring your recaps to the table behind.
And alter reality is good for 200 on the nose.
Yep. What handicap?
Handicap.
It's the same.
It's the same, exactly.
So there's a scratch. There's no scratch pair.
Yeah, and that's the interesting fact I was going to point to.
Yes.
So we're basically watching almost 2 scratch matches because as a combined handicap, they're both receiving 62 apiece.
62, yep.
And 62 minus 62 equals what?
0.
Exactly. And that is
bowling math.
Bowling math, and that's exactly what either team is giving up to one another.
Yep. All right. So we got the bowlers represent our teams. You already ran through those? All right.
Oh, he ran through.
We good.
Yep. Ran through like Hunts Point.
I got to point out one thing, though, with this thing. You see a familiar face with new colors. That's Mr. Greek King James over here.
Oh, yeah.
The last few years, he's on Bounty Hunters, but now he's on Lane Crashers. So a little different. I mean, same division, but change of scenery. So starting off, we have Alex for the franchise and leaves another 9-pin.
Oh,
the cameras follow. Wherever the cameras go, the 9-pin follows, I guess, huh?
And let's see if we can cover all over that 9-pin. Let's see what can happen there. All right.
So looks like they're going to get the pin out of the gutter here on 41 before we move on here.
So Phil Simmons basically looking to get the pin out the gutter. There will no be you suck chance. No, we're not going to.
All right, we have Jose Zambrano here for the franchise over on the right lane to start it off here after we saw the 9-pin left by Alex.
Let's see what Jay-Z got. Oh, we got a 7.
7-pin. So earlier that Mrs. CEO Charlie Davis Tate started off with the strike here.
Yes, sir. The missus behind the madness that is the UBA, as I alluded to before with her.
And now we have Phil Simmons.
Philly Grit. Oh, how's the left?
How's the left?
How's the
Throwing
left?
an Ion Max, as you can tell. That ball's easy to spot on the lane.
Oh, yeah, Ion Max.
The Ion Max.
And no problem on the 7-pin for Mr. Zambrano.
And then we have the newest member of Lane Crashers, as I alluded to earlier, former bounty hunter, now lane crasher, King James.
Yes, sir. King James.
We called his match last year when he was on Bounty Hunters. So,
so are there any awards for that for being in for being in 2 streams within the same season?
well, it was different seasons. So, and looks like a 4-pin. Looks like he's throwing a Phase AI there.
Yeah, Phase AI. Let's see if he gets a good reaction off of that. I know when it comes to a lot of new pieces, you have
Sam
to break them in.
on the right lane. Looks like he pulled it a little bit, right through the face.
Yeah, and leaving the 3-6 was Sam LaRocca. And hey.
I feel better now. My partner's not doing the Grandmasters. My partner for next week.
Yeah, we're gonna see who's gonna reign victorious.
He's exactly 61. We barely
Yeah.
hit.
And speaking of reign, we got one of the pioneers right here.
I'm 39. He's 61. Oh, you got barely fit. I was like minimum 100.
And Mr. Nixon right here, I said we're going to see who reigns victorious, and got to only bring up Black Reign.
Don't use my name, please. Don't use my franchise.
Don't use your franchise?
Don't use my franchise name, no.
Why not?
I own it. I'm team number 4.
That's right.
Yeah, I own stuff. Trust me.
Trademark.
Trademark.
No, patent not even pending.
You already see what we doing. You already see what we doing.
That's right.
We got the scarf sets and everything.
That's right. That's right.
He's OG to OG. Let's see, Sam makes his 4-pin.
Very good. Covers that and takes care of the 3-6. Does Mr. LaRocca. So over here, this was also a pair where franchise was victorious.
Yes.
To offset.
Franchise won 2 pairs.
Yeah.
Lane Crash won 1. Lane Crash won Handicap 1.
Yeah, they won Handicap 1. They won Handicap 1. I believe they're up about roughly 60 pins.
Franchise and Wood?
Roughly 60 pins in terms of Handicap pair 1. So that cuts down the deficit. Franchise is still on top.
Yeah. And Lane Crash with Charlie with a 4-6.
Yeah, now I've only seen that made about maybe 2 times in my life.
Yeah, I made it once, I think. I think I made that once.
Not against me.
What?
You made everything else against me. Let's see what Evil G can do right now.
Here we have Alexander.
Oh, jumping for joy on that one.
Very enthusiastic.
Yeah. Exuberant to say the least. Yes. And he said heads high, and his head almost touched the screen on that shot.
Yeah.
No concussions on the lanes, Alex. Hey, very good. And opting to get the wood was Miss Davis. Smart move to definitely get the wood, because wood is definitely good. One thing that's also very, very important for any good team, on and off the lanes, is communication.
Yeah.
Even though we have our own vision of what we see on the lanes, sometimes you need that person to be the wind beneath your wings and to see what you may not recognize. Sometimes we get blinded by our own mistakes.
Here's Jose on 41 and throws a strike.
Yeah, he walks that one back. And one thing you will see is a lot more balance than what we saw on the scratch pair.
Can't get worse than Miguel when it comes to balance.
There you go. All right.
Looks like we have a little lane issues here on 42.
Yeah, like they're trying to freeze up Philly. That's 2 times. One time he had to get a pin out the gutter. Now they're freezing him up. They must not like him here on the left side. Franchise seems like they got some connections. And in the meantime, LaRocca's going to set up. 8 count on the first one, went a little high, left the 3-6, looking to either make an adjustment or let's see if he's going to repeat the same mistake. Gets that ball a little more room, gets it over the second arrow.
Walked right in, but that's a 10 pin.
Oh, it took a little walk. Unfortunately, 10 pin still staying strong. Mr. Wantagh, I see I put in work on handicap here, number 1. Y'all never worry, I know that. So what do you think is the key to coming back and finishing the job? Right now, y'all on top of the division. Right now, I know that y'all got a lot of people shaking in their boots.
No, we just got to close frames. Get ball 150 and expect to win,
That's right, frame by frame, that's what it's about.
Phil lifts a 7-pin on 42. Let's see if Sam can make his 10-pin here on 41. Looks good.
Yep, no double dribble call in the UBA. Maybe the NBA, but not the UBA.
Let's see if Phil can make his 7-pin. And that's get over. That's get over. It did not get over.
Yeah, you look like he popped up on that 7-pin attempt right there. He didn't get down on that one.
Back-to-back open frames for the lane crashers. Not where you want to be. See if King James can stop the bleeding here.
Did we get a wardrobe change from Erica?
I'm here.
All right.
I'm here. I'm actually a participant now.
Yeah.
For my team, I'm not even official.
Came in high. Leaves himself at 3-6.
All right, close there. No boxes, baby. I'm here now. I'm here.
And, you know, we talk about the spirit of the carpet crew. Even when you have bowlers that's not necessarily on the lanes, it's good for them to be a presence.
Yes.
And we have one of the strongest presence in terms of carpet crews. If there's, and you know what? Why not? Why not
There's no
mention
camera
Erica?
on you. You can't see it.
Be good. Be good.
Because you're still what?
Here.
Still here?
Still fucking here.
That's right.
Hey.
It's excellent armor.
we on camera. We on camera.
Hey. Well, we was talking with Tiffany Smalls. She was one of our viewers, and shout out by Erica.
All right, there's 2 frames. Already looking like a good start for the franchise.
Yeah.
Because the franchise doesn't have a double yet, but at least not many opens.
And yeah, the start may be rough, but it's all about the finish in the
Yes.
end. Work or shoot, the finish has to remain in your favor if you want to keep it that way.
All right, hold spare.
All right, we have Alexander up. All right, Alex Cruzetta trying to make sure his team cruises to the finish line. That ball gets up inside a little tight, but he likes it.
That's a double. That's the first double for either team to start game 2.
Yeah, very first double of game number 2. The more doubles you throw in succession, more chance for success.
All right, here's Charlie. Looks like straight over the 10 board. Oh, almost an 8-10.
Almost an 8-10. And that would have been very unfortunate.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, leave it the lights out and just and crouch over everything. And
Shout out to my boy Jamal.
Zambrano, crossing over to the other side. And taking a little trip to Jersey was Zambrano.
Yep.
Hey, Jose. Hey, if you want to go past the toll, hey, you got to pay a toll for that. Yeah, you made a move. Your ball made a move, too. And we'll see Charlie covering her 10-pin and gets that ball up and out. And no, never a doubt on that one.
I didn't know it was plastic, all right?
You didn't know? You didn't know that?
I didn't know it was plastic, all right?
No. Still here. Don't say these guys.
We won 3 in a row now for franchise on this.
Your first time commentating, it might be a fucking last.
Wow.
And Sam LaRocca right there making a statement. Great adjustment over there. Got robbed on a 10-pin leave last one, buried that one, and gets all 10 pins back. Talking to Fred Wantagh, he said the key to winning is closing frames, and he knows that.
Yes.
And right now he needs the entire team to do just that.
Phil needs to get this ball to carry and get so.
Yeah, he didn't let that ball out of his hand, but that's why he steered it down.
Yeah.
And the ball definitely it definitely got maximum carry, did that Ion Max.
When you hit it light, that's the kind of carry you want, right there.
Yep. Hit him light, watch him fight.
Hit him thin, watch him spin.
Speaking of spin, are we going to take a look at Miguel Acobo maybe later on?
Oh, okay. And King James with a pocket 7-10. Oof.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'll
Definitely.
derail any possible momentum they had there.
May want to look at a surface change. This ball may be getting a little bit of stop and not so much of a drive.
Yeah, that wasn't that bad of a shot, though. I don't know.
Oh, no, it definitely wasn't.
Because yeah, it's a replay on my phone. No, that was just bad carry.
That carry.
All right, let's see if we can make it. Maybe? No, not.
You trying to go for the bounce.
Listen.
I don't think we've had a 7-10 make yet.
On camera?
Not on camera.
Don't get 0.
So we saw almost an 8-10 left by Charlie Davis. I see a little ball change to the alter reality.
Alter reality, yeah.
All right, Charlie Davis gets the ball up the lane. Looks like he's gonna have a much sharper reaction.
That was what we call flush.
Very good. And that shows anytime you have an instinct in your gut, you got to follow it.
Yep, that's what we call a good ball change.
Yeah, that's called trusting your gut. And that was a gut punch right there. Hopefully, a lot more body shots will take down Franchise. Right now, Franchise, they got a lot of heavy hits. And we had the album cover pose right there by, and look, an R&B album cover right there by Alexander.
He looked like a whole R&B
A whole album right there. Well, he's either going to sing in the desert or sing in the rain. I don't know.
Philly with a flush strike.
All right, that's a double for Philly. That's right. Philly. Philly, yeah. yeah. Shout out to all my bowlers in Philly, by the way. Shout out to Max and Steakhouse, too.
I'll be down in Philly in February.
Oh, yeah?
Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, my God. And speaking of Eagles, man, a lot of
5
pins did not fly away. He got a half a loaf right there. That shot was
James in the ball change.
That shot was 50% off.
High flush. Very high. I was going to say high flush, not just high.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
And you know what? The pins went down.
Yeah. You can almost roll that shot up in some kind of leaf.
Yep.
That was very high. And it seems that it's been sort of a paradigm shift now that the greatest cheerleader probably in all of the Brooklyn Queens or the Northeast is here, Erica Joe. And there you go. Never underestimate the power of the carpet crew. And the handicap.
Yeah.
But like you said, no real handicap on this pair because they're both dead even.
Yes. And you know what? It may not look like much right now, but this might be a big strike for Sam here.
Yeah, matter of fact, for this match of 8, we'll call this Scratch 2.
Scratch 2.
This is Scratch 2 today. And as we got the clapper in the background, let's see if this shot deserves a standing ovation.
That looks good.
That's right.
And clear the rack.
There we go. And Franchise hits him with the clap.
All right, so now we are through 4, and we have a 51-point lead for the Franchise. And we have a double, and an open against a double and 2 singles.
All right. Alexander getting ready.
Yeah, it looks like someone's called him Ray J. So.
Oh, my goodness. Well, if he had one wish, it'd be for another strike.
He looks more like a Kenny Pendleton.
Oh, my.
How did they sound that break, guys?
Well, let's see if he's going to lay down another track right now. He's going to get in the booth.
One more might be Rock Professor. Ralphie. Let's see. I think he pulled it.
And testing
And no.
1, but nope, leaves 2.
Leaves 2.
So that 8 count right there, definitely having an effect. Not a bad effect.
No.
But count is very important whenever you're either on a spare or on more than one
Let's see
strike.
if Charlie can keep this.
Oh, he likes it at the hand.
Oh, that was good. Ooh.
That ball finished late in the pocket.
Yeah. Didn't quite finish the way I thought it was going to.
But she has the look that she wants.
Yes.
And playable shots are always one of the keys to victory.
All right, Alex going for his spare on 42 first.
Yep, this is one of those makeables yet missables. More than likely makeable, but you
never know.
You never know.
Uh-oh. Ooh, that barely held on.
Yeah, man. Thank goodness his ball went on tour there.
Yeah.
Charlie looking to silence
Match
the of Kenny Latham before.
Hey, I'm an equal opportunist I say for both sides. Oh!
And maybe that is good luck. Yeah, no.
For both sides. I always say
There you go.
I hang on Randall Brown too much.
And now we got Zambrano up.
To be fair, that one was very close.
That was close, but still got the cigar on that one.
Yes. And another ring and 10-pin here.
And now we have
Jose.
We got an opportunity to see the 10-pin shooting skills of Zambrano here.
Yes.
It says Philly grit on the back of Phil's jersey.
Yes.
And he's got plenty of grit.
Yes.
One of those bowlers that will not go away. He definitely can go 3 games. He does run marathons. Let's see if he can keep the marathon going.
Nope.
And
even high.
And mercifully not a big 4.
No. Himself the 6'10". And looks like a solid spare made for Alex.
Yep, all over his
Sorry,
spare.
Jose.
All right, good cover, Fred.
He made the move.
Still here.
And you hear a lot of bowlers on all 3 pairs talking about moves and transitions. You mentioned that this house is not necessarily one of the, I want to say, anybody can strike anywhere houses.
Yeah.
This is not a gimme.
No, it is not.
I call those houses those OTS houses, those off-the-street houses.
Yeah. All right, Sam on the right lane gets a little too far out, misses the head pin.
Just a bit outside.
1-2-4.
Yep. Took a little walk to get some of that sunshine that's outside.
Yep. See if King James can get back on the strike train here. He just ball changed. Looking to, that jumped up. 3-6.
Yeah, he might have slowed that one up a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, all 3 pairs definitely fighting for something.
Oh, yeah.
No, the Taco Bell run is back.
Now, looking at the placement of LaRocca's spare, that's definitely highly likely makeable.
Yep.
And almost...
Make sure you didn't chop it.
Yeah, it came close to leaving what would have been the pin in the back there.
And if we get a spare here from James, which we will, we are looking at ourselves at a 48-point match. And all our bowlers are on the same, just a spare. No strikes on that 5th frame for any of our bowlers.
So now approaching the 6th frame, this is when you want to start hitting the ground and start running.
Point. Yeah. Again, we got a 48-pin lead for the franchise as they start up on the right lane. We're going to have Charlie starting up on the right lane here for Lane Crashers.
And Charlie up. Charlie gets that one out a little more and buries it.
She definitely went further right to get to the dry a little earlier and give the ball a better entry angle, and that definitely paid off.
Yep. Push it out to the dry, let it roll in the wet. going to see if Alexander can get back to where he was before, trying to find his way back.
Yep. And again, got out to the dry, which is where you want it, but the 10 pin says no, sir.
Yeah, this is one of those houses that kind of reminds me. I always make references to houses like Jib and Whitmere, where it's an angular house. You need to really get in that pocket, and you really need to make something happen. It's no free carry here.
Yeah, not at all.
Maybe occasional messengers, but for the most part, you got to earn each shot you throw here.
I was saying earlier, Long Island's known for being one of the easier places to bowl, but not this one.
A lot of noise being made, especially on Handicap Pier 1. Handicap 1 has been holding down the fort. They're hoping that Handicap 2 as well as Scratch follow suit. Let's see if Alexander can cover his 10 pin over here in frame number 6. And gets that ball way out.
What? Oh, no.
And that was a well-warranted by the Rambler himself. And maybe in the spirit of Madonna, a little bit of maybe a ray of light.
We just saw two weird things happen back to back. We saw a missed 10 pin, we saw a jet score touchdown. What happened? Oh, and Philly! With a strike.
I guess that's a shout out to all the Jets fans, huh?
Yeah, I'm one of them. I'm just saying, like, what the hell? How's this happening?
Well,
also shout out to Fred Wantagh, biggest Jet fan I know.
Well, you know what? If franchise keeps leaving opens, and if lane crashers keep closing strikes with, or frames and boxes with strikes, they're going to be asking themselves the same question.
Yeah.
How is this happening? Zambrano up.
Jose on 41. Gets it out. Walks it in.
Yep. He definitely likes the move he made. It looks like he has a different look on each lane.
All right, here comes James. It's like he gets it out where he wants it also.
And as Erica just said, that is a very good frame.
Yes. That's what you want. You want to start stringing these doubles together, especially when you're down a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, the open frame helps, but you still need to get a little bit more back.
Yeah, you already say pins are always good, but you got to do something with them.
Let's see what Sam, who's kept it clean this game so far. 2 spares, 2 strikes, and a spare, and leaves himself a 10 pin.
And it seems like the opportunity is there. There's a chance. Opportunity's knocking at the door.
Yep.
Either answer or stay in bed.
And Sam
And
looks like, no, it looks good.
Looks good.
That time looked good. You said, oh, that time. That one I was more confident on.
No, I didn't want to go with Quay, babe. That's pretty good. I told you I don't share my man with no one.
It's the bowling alley.
Hey, yo. All right, before Shawnee gets fired.
And we got Charlie Davis back up.
Taking off the chairs.
I need one.
Yes.
I'm trying. It's all right. If the game close, I'll strike a win. That's exact. Yo, I'm right here, by the way.
Okay, I'll be on 3.
All right, start off the 7th frame here. We see Alex after that open. Probably wants to get back on the strike train. That's what they always want to do. But franchise can hold on a little bit more if they get these strikes here on the 7th frame. Just because lane crashers might start stringing them. And gets all 10 down.
There you go. So he makes up for, well, he needs to throw a couple more strikes to really make up for that 10 pin miss.
Yeah.
But Alexander with a very good shot. For the most part, all 6 bowlers over here very direct approaches. Only one that creates a little more angle, I would say, is Zambrano.
Yeah.
Oh, that might be a double right there.
Yep, that was good. And gets all 10 down.
Yeah, definitely got that ball outside of 10 for a lot more of a sharper hit.
Yeah. You can tell there's like a little bit of a puddle left of 10, so you want to get it out a little bit at least. Otherwise, your ball's going to skate leave a 10 pin. Zambrano did the same thing. He got it out a little bit and walks in. So now you know where the shot is.
Yep.
It's definitely down and in, but you don't want to be too far in.
Exactly, because if you're too far in, ain't no telling what you can leave in the back.
Yes.
Hey.
Meanwhile, the only lefty on the pair, Phil Simmons.
He's got the whole world in his hand.
And,
He's got the whole world in his hand. And we got 2 doubles in succession. One for Charlie Davis, one for Phil Simmons. Phil A is definitely feeling it.
Yep.
And let's see if we can get 3 doubles. The third one being completed by King James himself.
Yeah. That'll get Lakers right back in this game. But Sam's going first, and he's crossing over. And leaves himself the 5-10.
Yep.
There's a big shot for James now. Strike here might get him back in the lead almost.
Chris Stakos gets that ball out.
And 4-9.
And in terms of visual defense, 1 split for a split.
Yep. Now both of these are makeable. It's the same. We look at it geometrically. It's the same.
Yeah.
But, and visually, the 4-9 is a little harder because the gutter's right there.
Yeah.
But they're both the same kind of split visually.
Yes, they are.
There you go. Thank you. And nope. Sam does not make his. Let's see if James can make his.
So now, decision making. You saw that the guy across from you just missed his split, but he still got 1. What do you do?
I mean, I always make sure, whenever it comes to this, I draw the same way every time. Usually it hits the 4 pin. I hope to get lucky. Let's see how James attacks it. And he's just going to take the easy route. Oh, wow. I thought he was going to take the easy route, but it just didn't hook.
And field goal will hurt a game in bowling. It will not win you a game.
All right, so reset now for this frame is now a 36-point pin lead for the franchise, but it should be like 26 because of Charlie's double compared to the only single strike for Alex, but everyone else is matched up perfectly.
Charlie found a good line before, gets that ball out a little early, but...
Oh. God.
Yeah, that was more of an attacking down and in shot, and it did not get a chance to fight through the oil.
Yeah, it was in the drive too early, and it just didn't have the drive to through.
Yeah, you're right. And Charlie getting ready to take 1 pin out.
Yep, and Church gets the 7 pin down at least.
Now if it hits and then the ball rolls over and comes out the back and hits the other pin, does that count? Because that's been a debate. And that ball travels outside.
Yep, came back and 7 pin stands.
Yeah, leaving a weak 7 right there. Now, definitely extremely makeable, but then again.
Yes.
All right, Alexander shooting his 7 pin and should be no problem.
Yep.
All over his 7 pin was Mr. Cruzetta.
All right.
I'm seeing some communication.
30, so Philly needs a strike here. Then it goes 0 again, and you see what happens. But this strike is huge. Your other guys are both on opens.
Yeah. So now you got to really run the marathon here. There's Phil Simmons. He has to really throw his team on his back, and he has to lead the charge and get them to the 10th frame.
He's the one with the best look right now, so that makes sense. He gets it good. And the 7-pin says, no sir.
Ringing 7. All right. Jose Zambrano up, looking to get 3 in a row. That ball comes out of his hand very nice, but
Jump
bites.
out. Yep.
And it bites hard.
And a 3-6 stance. All right, Phil going for his 7-pin.
And he
That
looks
good.
a much better release on that 7-pin.
Definitely not going to throw it away like he did last time.
Yeah, a lot more extension on that one. Didn't pop up early. Gets the ball further down the lane. Like he looked further down the lane as well. Ooh,
Uh-oh. Dum-dum-dum.
Bump. And that right there was a little bit of give backmanship. King James looking to take advantage of the opportunity. Slight loft over the front. And
the 2-10, the 10 does not go down.
Now he's lofting a very I want to say smooth surface. So if he's going to loft, he may want to look at a surface change with that release change.
Yeah, Sam does not get a 10-pin fall either.
Right idea, maybe wrong piece. And going for it all. And
nope, nothing.
That's 2 times he went 8 out.
Yeah.
And let's just see what's going to happen right here. LaRocca, and he gets that ball out.
Yep, spare
no
made.
problem. No uh-oh on that one.
Uh-oh.
Shout out to everybody watching us on this Sunday. And if you're not watching us, I'm pretty sure you're watching another team wearing green, but no names. But let's see if we can get some jet fuel in terms of how Lane Crashers is bowling. And Lane Crashers really needs to really hop on and really do something and try to fly away to maintain that victory. As Kenny Latham said earlier, they are leading the Brooklyn Queens division.
Yeah. But, so far it looks like that they're not doing as well as we thought they would here. So it's looking like they're losing here, and they're losing right now the second pair of scratch as well.
Yeah, well, this match is definitely not going to be free points, and you're not going to get any free carry when you pitch it inside like that and leave a 4-10.
4-10, another split.
And his R&B career was looking good, but right now the records are flopping right now, going towards the 10th. And not in the foundation frame, not like this. As you see, Alexander shaking his head. And let's see if Charlie can jump that.
Oh, that's going to jump. And the 3-6 stands.
Both 8 counts, but I think her 8 is greater than that 8.
Yes. As people like to say, I like yours better.
Yep.
Say to Charlie.
And let's see if we might get a 4-10 conversion over here by Mr. Cruzetta. And
he's going to try to tease it.
Oh, he went for it.
Went for it, but got the one.
So when they had the action match against like that, like one of the opposite ends, it wasn't good either. It was a lot of like. Let's go, Red Shayla! All right. Thank you for the taco bell. You beat your series from last time.
And we're going to try to avoid a chop. And
spare me.
Yes, going hard and straight at it. Classic way. Charlie definitely making sure she jumped on that opportunity. And they're chopping the lead down little by little, going towards the 10th frame.
But will it be enough? We'll find out against the 10th frame.
Yeah, it's all about what you do when you get to that 10 box. And
Let's see what Jose does. And 4-pin stands is getting really high.
Yeah, coming in very sharp, very high. All right. Only one open frame so far for Phil Simmons. Other than that, he's been solid. Let's see if he stays that way.
You got it out a little early. Did not finish. Leaves yourself to 3-9.
Yep, leaving a 3-9, or like I call it, the lefty 2-8.
Well, obviously.
Yeah. Let's see if that 26-14 prediction will reign true that I had earlier. I'm usually not far off in terms of point predictions.
Well, dude, what else might be alive? 2020. 2020 might be alive also, which I said.
I know some people are hoping for that. Not saying.
But listen, no, I'm saying. What we have right now, scratch 1 first 2 for franchise. Handicap 2, look at the franchise 1 and 2. But on Handicap 1, Lane Crash is winning by a lot.
So you're saying there's a chance.
There's a chance. 2020 is alive. That's what I'm saying.
What happens when you take a trip outside?
All pairs are still in game number 2, right?
Yes. The other two are both in the 10th frame already in the second game.
You almost got all 3 pairs in unison. That's rare.
Yeah, it's rare. Franchise will win the scratch pair, and Lane Crash will win Handicap 1.
And
Sam,
that 7 count.
See what James needs to get a strike here. And the 7 pin says no.
Yeah. So he put a little mix of what he did on both shots. He's keeping that slight loft, and he also slowed it down, and he's moving further right. So he might be trying to get lined up for the 3rd game.
Yeah.
But there still is a chance for game number 2.
Yeah, this game's not out yet, especially with the open for Alexander. But there's no strikes up there. That's the problem. It's hard to make up ground when there are no strikes backing you up. And Sam covers the 3-6-10 very nicely. James going to cover the 7 pin again very nicely.
Very good.
And we are now in the 10th frame. And the difference is right now 35 pins, but it might as well be 25 pins.
Yeah. Which means that the 10th frame is very big. Every shot matters now. You have a chance to either hold on, or you have a chance for whatever lead you have to slip it through your fingers.
It's definitely going to be.
All right, so what I'm looking for, if I'm Charlie Davis, I'm definitely looking to set the pace and get all 3 strikes right here. All 3 strikes are really big. I know Phil's definitely thinking the same thing. Charlie looks like she wants to start it off right, and she does start it off just the right way.
Especially when you're on a spare and your opponent's on the open, that's what we need. Because now if he taps, you can get another strike and then you make up double the wood.
Yeah. That was boss carry right there.
Yes. And the 3-pin stands for Alex. As Sean and I went to the scores from the other pairs. If Charlie strikes here, it's back to me in the game. And Charlie pitches it. It looks good. And a 4-pin falls.
Why not us? They want me back too. Yeah. Let's go, Charlie Davis Tate. Yeah.
There's EJ Tackett and there's EJ Factor. That's the EJ Factor right there.
No time like the present.
That's right. Better late than never, but never late is better.
No time to be allowed.
And Alex converts his 3-pin. See if Charlie can finish this off, grab all the wood. and put her team in a position to maybe sneak out a win here.
That's big.
There's all 10.
That's right. It's all about the 10th frame. No matter what, you always got to finish in the 10th because you just never know.
194
Every pin counts.
194 for Miss Davis Tate.
Not exactly.
But pretty much there. So for roughly, they're minus one. And the first one, they won by 60, right?
And Alex finishing off his game with a strike for 193. Currently a 15-pin difference. Do you know what 15 pins is? Just 2 taps. That's all it is.
That's all it is, 2 taps. Yo, AJ, you know we got Kenny Latham over here with the watchful eye. You know they're looking to creep.
No comment.
No comment on that? Lights out on that? And lights out on that shot by Phil Simmons right there.
Philly with a nice strike
looking to follow
start
suit.
Lights out. Scrimmage with us, I ain't heard from them since. I haven't heard from Lights Out since that scrimmage. I guess we turned the lights out for real.
I wasn't there, that's why.
You wasn't there?
Wow, late carry.
Anytime, any place.
Oh, we got that potential call out in the future. But speaking of calling out and kicking out, Zambrano definitely kicking out that 7-pin late. And Philly throwing a second shot in the 10th.
And 8-pin stands.
Somebody got to get a little description on that.
Yeah.
Highway robbery. But also,
I mean, the 10-pin was standing for a little bit too.
Yeah. One of those interesting leaves. A lefty leaving an 8-10.
Yep.
Never fun.
That's like when we leave 7-9s. And a big strike there.
Yeah, big
for Jose. That puts the game a little bit more out of reach. As Philly finishes off, he finishes with a 203.
All right, 203 finish for Phil Simmons. So you're about minus 160 our lane crashers on the scratch pair. You're about plus 160 in terms of the middle handicap pair number 1.
Yeah, so right here, it's like a 25-pin difference right now, so that's what it is. There's a 7 count. So 22-pin difference. That's going to be hard to make up when you're only on a spare.
Yeah. So we saw a couple of experiments from King James, Mr. Christos, and let's see if any of those adjustments, if he puts the right recipe together, can create a strike.
And that looked really good.
Yep. Yeah, he was mixing and matching up some seasonings, and I think he found the right combination there. This could be a quality 169.
Yes.
Because a good finish usually means a good start for your third game.
Let's see what Sam can do here. We can match the strike to end the game, just for the game. And it's coming high. Well, now it could be a 1-point game now. James does a strike here. He needs this one.
Be big. And he gets that little lob up.
And he gets a 7-pin to fall.
So you're saying that we could witness a classic walk down here?
Yes, this is a walk down.
They say it's all about the 10th.
Yep.
Let's see if we're going to see some heroics
should
here.
Just go for the 1 here. Oh, no.
Let's go.
So now, instead of needing a strike, even a 9 count is going to be a win.
And definitely want to just maintain pocket.
He pulled it. And it's an 8 count, so we have a tie.
We have a tie.
They have tied game 2 here on Handicap 2.
And he pulled that one.
Wow.
So 1-1.
So we got 1-1 on there. 21-19 sounds good too, right?
Yeah.
All right, we're going over to Handicap 1 now, where they have just started. They're in the second frame. And again, this is the lane where lane crashers are up a lot. So here on Handicap 1, we have ourselves for the franchise. We have Ray Bellinger, Kevin Curran, and Peter Trelano. For lane crashers, we have Kayshawn Grantham, Diamond Barrientos. No, not Diamond Barrientos. We're going to have Fred Wantagh instead. Fred Wantagh and Anthony Hughes, a.k.a. Enki Jr., anchoring. And it looks like we have strikes to start for both Ray and Kevin for franchise. Spare strike for CQ, and Fred is up in the second frame.
And Wantagh.
And Fred Wantagh leaves a 10 pin.
Wantagh leaving 1 pin. So we already talked about who's over here on handicap pair number 1. We already talked about Ray Bellinger. We talked about Kevin Curran.
Yep.
Peter Tariano. Kayshawn Grantham. Fred Wantagh. And AJ himself, Enki Hughes Jr. So AJ, we over here. I know you're a UBA OG. I know you ain't never been scared of nobody. Anybody can get this work. And right now, y'all got your foot on the heads of this division. So are we going to see more of this, not only now, but going into Battle Bowl? And anybody got something to say? Can they say it to you directly?
They could come find me. They could message me. They want my number. What they want? Email, mail. They want my address. You want a fax machine me? Come on, you're old school. I've been here a long time. If they want work, come find me.
Yeah, spoken like a true young gunner. All right, Wantagh. Yo.
Mr. Fred Wantagh, I have a question to ask you. What would you rather have in your lifetime? A Wilder Cup or a Jet Super Bowl?
Jet Super Bowl. Playoff game. Fucking playoff game.
Listen,
Super Bowl.
well, you already got second in the Wild. You already finished second in the Cup, so maybe a Jets second place finish.
A Jets playoff game.
We haven't had that for 13 years.
Chat Benzie when you need him, man.
Yo, Fred.
Right,
Yo,
Jr.
anybody
ball
watching
here.
this? Is the betting window open always?
At all times.
There you go.
You got about 150, I still want to bet.
That's right.
Somebody get a share.
Lane crasher means anywhere, any house, anytime, right?
Do it. Have fun when you can.
So let's talk about the handicap differential here. So not a lot of handicap right now for
That handicap's wrong. The bowler changed in here, so it's is it still the same? 8?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the same. Okay.
It's still the same. Yeah. So we have
I had the old list. That's why.
yeah, CQ only getting 14 pins, 19 pins for Fred Wantagh, and 15 pins for Enki Jr. for AJ. And let's see, Ray getting 26, Kevin getting 19, Peter getting 24. So lane crashes, they already knew, they walked in knowing that they was giving up 21. So
Yeah, but this is the pair they up on now.
yeah, they up on here because they got bowlers that go put on work. And we got Kayshawn Grantham up, CQ up, and
CQ strikes.
And well, a lot of people may look like CQ is throwing with no thumb. Oh, he's got a thumb in there.
Oh, there's thumb there, yeah.
Yeah, very, very unique release on CQ, but can throw any piece very, very well.
Yes. Here, Mr. Wonderful for the franchise. And he is starting with a wonderful turkey.
Wonderful.
We're 10 days away from Thanksgiving. We're getting the turkeys early.
We getting them early? Were they trying to gobble up that lead that they gave up?
You got to defrost them, you know?
Right now, this handicap pair, franchise has been on ice.
Yeah, they're off to a good start. But this is a pair that, lane crashers, right now we have 5 points for lane crashers. And we have 4, 5 points. Oh, it's 5-5. Yeah, it's 5-5.
Yeah.
But I think right now, franchise up in the wood, though.
And Fred's got to give that a little room.
Yeah.
I mean, he's about 6 foot, like 13.
Yeah.
And
Kevin Durant starts with a three-bagger as well.
Yeah. He's playing that shot very, very tight. He might want to let that ball walk in. And he definitely doesn't want to give up any lead that they definitely earned over here. They earned a big lead.
Yeah. They're up. I mean, even though they're down 56 to start already, they're still up over 100 in the wood. So that's how you know. But total wood matters, and you need to rely on all 9 bowlers to bowl well. That includes yourself. You can't let up.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, the number of the day is 9. We got 9 bowlers here.
Yep.
And I believe all of them have more than 9 games.
Too soon.
No, it's never too soon. And going up the lane.
And yeah, that's a really good start for franchise here.
Now, is that the same piece that we saw Bria throwing as well?
It might have been. Might have been Ivy right now.
Down. Shut up, that's Joey.
All right. Enki Jr. before starting with a 9-counter open, 9 spare. Let's see if we can get a little bit of an adjustment here from the UBA OG himself.
Yep.
Gets that ball out.
Need to come back, and it comes back enough to carry the flush.
Yeah.
I will say that now I see the ball better. It's not an Ivy Round Pro. It's a Black Widow Ghost.
Oh, yes. The little ghost, hammer ghost right there?
Yes. Trying to see what our other bowlers are tossing out there.
Yep.
Looks like a dark web over there. That's another old school ball for Ray.
And you see the back of CQ's jersey. It says, only when it's easy. One of the popular misconceptions about his game. But he's shown many times that as long as the lights are on, game is always on. He's always ready to play. And I see, got a good inside-out game. That ball's got to flip. And that ball did not come back.
Yeah. I think he expected the hook a little earlier when he got it out. That early, but didn't come back.
And let's see what Mr. Wonderful can do over here.
Does not hit the head pin.
A wonderful opportunity there for them to jump on what was given by franchise. Both 7 counts. I don't know. All I know is it looks like you guys are still here. That's all I heard you say. That's what I said. All right, one of those makeable yet missable situations. Let's see if you can cover the spare.
Nice spare pick up for CQ.
Yeah, anytime you got double wood situations, you want to make sure you get deep enough to prevent deflection.
And wraps it around the 10.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he gave the 10-pin a reach around, but not in a good way.
Oh, God.
Wantagh looking to get his get a different feel. Might be doing a little surface change. Surface change could be it. He might want to get his shoulders realigned. I don't know. He's been rolling the ball a little tight.
All right, here comes Kevin Curran, and he starts over the front 4.
Oh, very good. So he understands the assignment. He's trying to stay on assignment.
Yep.
And right now, as tight as the overall wood is, every single pin is a major factor right now. And
Fred gets the ball out. He's come back. It does so and carries.
Shout out to the Fred Wantagh emotional support group. Shout out to the Fred Wantagh emotional support group. Let's go.
There you go. And I see you made a little change there. Maybe need a little different feel. What is it you felt like you needed, Fred?
Throw it better.
Yep, throw it better. That's the only adjustment.
That's the best adjustment.
Great. That's the best adjustment.
I'm doing bad. I'm playing bad.
That's all right.
My team is holding me down.
That's right. Like good neighbors, they got you. And you know what? Shout out to all the darts being thrown by the carpet crew of Lane Crashers. And let's see what happens right here. Franchise's anchor right now, Peter Tariano. And Tariano right now is staying focused, staying locked in. Potential 290 finish for Tariano. And let's see right now. Let's see if UBA OG, Anki Jr. right now can really jump on the ball, get double number 1 of game number 3.
That's good. That's where he wants to throw it.
Double number 1 of game number 3.
So if you go on our YouTube channel, you're watching YouTube right now. You go on our YouTube channel, you click on, there's a button there that says oldest. And you get to see the original videos. You don't have to go back that far to see videos of Anki Jr., a young Anki Jr. whipping down the lane's paws.
With a certain green jersey.
Yes, but still, when he said OG, it's legit.
And you know what's going to be legit if he carries the strike?
Oh,
and that right there was legit carry. Tripping out that 4-9.
Meanwhile, 4-pin leave for Ray on the left lane for the franchise.
I got to ask CQ, how you feel about that 4-9 trip out?
I'll take any day of the week.
Any day of the week. And it seems that we got somewhat of a paradigm shift going on in terms of game 3.
We'll see,
The tide is definitely changing. And let's see if Wantagh can get his double number 1 of game number 3. That ball looks good out the hand.
And flushes it. You can just let the audience call the action for us.
And this is what it's all about. You need a team on the lanes. You need a team in the back.
Never doubt the carpet crew.
Never doubt the carpet crew. You would think it's their home house. But lane crashes meaning every house is their home house.
Let's go, John! Thank you! Thank you! Let's go!
Karan has the front 4 to start. So he can keep it going.
He likes it out the hand, but it's going to cut short.
It's going to overhook. Oh, no! Where's Miguel at? Hi, Miguel. There he is.
It's like, you get BS carry. You get BS carry. Everybody gets some BS carry.
That was, even Miguel said, damn, that was wild. That's what you know.
Miguel said, hey, you can hold on to this. Pay me next week.
Second half, Tommy, let's go.
The presence.
And as you can hear Liz in the background, yes, it is second half. Second half is extremely important. It's all about a good start, but it's more importantly about how you finish. What happened?
They need, if Scratch can stop the bleeding, Handicap can take it from there. All Scratch has to do.
Well, you have nurse training, so can you help with that?
That's my mother, not me. I'm a marketer.
Oh, there you go. And could we get?
And the 4-9 stands.
Well, the pins giveth, and the pins can also take it away.
Yep.
4-9, one of those makeables. And I don't know why I got that sinking feeling we might see a make. Unless he's going to try to go for just getting the wood. We're going to see. It all depends on what happens right here.
And the 7-pin stands.
Let's see what can happen right here. Are we going to get a big-time gangster move, or are we going to get an OG move? OG move is just to get the wood.
Yeah, but you never know.
He might go gorilla on this one.
He's going to go for it.
He's going to go gorilla for it.
Oh!
Well, a certain move of character said all you have in this life is your balls and your word.
Yep.
And that shot was all balls, but
no word.
But no word. Oh, wait a minute. And false alarm. Covers the 7-pin. That's Troiano.
Second place, McNeil, 252. Third place, Henry Gonzalez, 251.
Let's go, Max. Sorry.
Light Perone, 257. Second place,
All right. And let's see. That ball looks like it's going high, but it stops right on the dime. Quayshawn looking to answer back. CQ up on lane 39. Gets that ball out. It looks like it's going to walk in. And it walks in, and it drives all 10 pins back. Does CQ.
4,
Let's see if the solution can keep solving the problem. That is handicap 1 and new problem.
6-pin.
6-pin. But easy. But there might be an easy solution for the 6-pin.
Yeah.
Now, things that you want. You definitely want both pairs to win by a lot to offset whatever's happening on the lane crash or scratch pair. But you definitely want the lane crash or scratch pair to at least fight back, to at least sustain.
Yeah, lane crash scratch pair doesn't look that good to start. Although Fred Wantagh with a nice strike there. That's a turkey.
Yeah. That's a turkey. We got another turkey right there.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Let's go! Let's go!
And Philly takes a bow over there. He says you're all too kind.
New 6-pin pickup by Curran.
Franchise no slouch. We already knew both teams were going to match up very well. Shout out to everybody that did vote.
That's why everybody voted for this matchup.
Yeah. And you know what? Anytime you want to, definitely vote, because your vote does matter. We definitely want to give you more of what you want, because we are here for the people. We do it for the people.
People power.
People power. And speaking of power, hopefully he has enough power to avoid leaving a 4-9, even though 4-9 is a powerful lead. And that ball gets pitched inside.
That's where you want it.
Yeah, that ball hung up on the stump a little bit, but great job directing that ball in the right area.
Yep.
I'm still ahead, buddy. I'm still ahead.
Let's finish, y'all. Let's go. Let's finish, y'all.
And we're going to see Troiano. Oh.
That's
all
not
right.
carry.
Back-to-back bad carry right there. Leaving the 7-pin earlier and now leaving an 8 count for this one.
This is the 2-5. Don't see how it leaves too often.
No.
All right.
He's only missing the 4. And it seems that right now Lane Crashes in the background has their walk down playlist.
Gotta love a good walk down. Gotta love a good walk.
That's right.
We do not own rights to this music, but this music owns rights to us right now.
There you go. See right now, Ray Bellinger up, lane 39. He likes it out the hand, but the 9-pin shows its ugly head again. I told you I would have got drunk at the bar based on the amount of 9-pins that were left here today. All right, CQ up on lane number 40.
And gets the 10 out.
There it goes, smooth out of the hand, good finish. Oh yeah, and again, Wantagh is not easy. So whatever's on his jersey, that's not the case. It's not only when it's easy; it's only when the lanes are on. I gotta put everybody over. Story over on handicap pair number 2 is that we got front 5 for Phil Simmons. We might have to take a look at that when we get there.
We'll be definitely going over to end it off because they're a little bit behind. So we'll definitely catch the end of the handicap 2 again. As Fred Wantagh has a 4-bagger.
And that's a 4-bagger right there. Got a little ham on that bone.
Way back into this.
Got a little ham on that bone right there. And Fred almost gives a high five to the ceiling.
Yep. Franchise starts off a big lead to start this game, but it's down to 44 now. We'll see if Kevin can get back on the strike train.
Yeah, let's see what Kevin Curran.
He does not. He leaves himself to 4-7.
Oh, man. And he was their solution for the first 5 frames. But it seems now that whenever they create answers for the first question, a new question arises. Can they finish strong? Because right now, Lane Crashers is definitely trying to finish really, really, really strong.
Yeah, they're trying to get all their wood back.
Yeah, yeah. Right now, all the hard work is being done on handicap pair number 1. Karen gets that ball out. She'll walk right over there. And 4-7, no problem. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back.
All right, we got AJ stepping up on lane 40. Trying to get back into this match, and if they have all doubles up on the 7th frame, that is a really big way to try to claw back into this game. And AJ pitches it out, gets the ball to come back, and gets all 10 down. Peter stepping up on 39 to try to stem the bleeding a little bit here. And oh no, that's not going to help. That is a Greek church. Let's see if Pete can go for this Greek church leave.
Not jumping no more. Charlie, one time, baby girl. One time, baby girl. Let's go.
Gets the ball out. Gonna get the 3. No, only gets 2. So right now it's a 54-pin lead. However, that 54 is going to evaporate real quick, especially if Lane Crashers continues to strike the way they have been. Meanwhile, Sean Knight is back and he is dancing.
That's right.
Thank God the camera's not on him.
Shout out. I just took a little peek at my team. Shout out Team Beloved. But that's neither here nor there. The story right now is that CQ is up, and right now he's got 3. There's
a lot of strikes over on the Lane Crashers side.
Charlie! Fucking go! Let's go, Charlie! Come on, girl.
All right. CQ up. Gets that ball a little tight.
He doesn't like it.
But mercifully takes out the 10 pin.
Yep, so only the 3-pin stance.
Yeah. No need. Yeah. No need to display baby making tendencies on camera.
And 10-pin leave for Ray for the franchise.
Speaking of no babies, let's see if they can pull out the victory.
Oh God.
I would have bet against him myself. Shout out to Duck 200.
And very direct, wise spare shooting. No hooking at spares, only focus on looking at closed frames. And needless to say, both handicap pairs understand the assignment.
Oh yeah.
And they know that they need to give a little bit of insurance to Scratch.
Yep.
Scratch is bleeding, but right now there's a lot of gauze and a lot of strikes being thrown right now. Well, the word of the day has been balance in regards to Miguel Acobo, but it's all about the balance and how even the balance is in terms of overall wood.
Yeah. Now, big strike here coming up on both sides actually here. We see Kevin going to bowl for a franchise. And he has lost the pocket. Now he's on a 2-4-5.
Yeah, and it seems like he needs to find his own solution right now.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Fred has found the pocket. He has 4 in a row here.
Oh, yeah. He's tapping pockets right now. And let's see if he keeps reaching in the pocket and keeps getting something that he wants. Looks like 5. It looks like, that ball got to the pocket a little fast.
Yep. Kevin going for the 245 and converts it, shows me how it's done.
Yep, exactly. One of those spins that you love so much, right?
Yeah, I not a fan.
Yeah. You got too much hand for that.
Fred, you want to make his 10?
Oh.
We both do it off the hand that time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Once you see the hand come in front of the body before you release the ball, never a good look. You always want to keep the hand directly in front of you and come all the way up when you're going for your corner pins. Spoken like a real spear shooter and low deuce bowler.
Yeah.
And we got Troiano up.
And there's a strike. That's the first strike in a lot of throws for the franchise there.
Yeah.
And now it's up to AJ here. If he strikes here, we're back to about even.
Yeah. All right, Anki Jr. taking his time, getting his steps right. And that was a big shot. Big shot.
Meanwhile, I'm looking at the other pairs. Looks like a double blowout again. Looks like franchise is blowing out Lakers again on scratch.
Yeah, which could be the.
Well, Lakers is blowing out franchise on handicap 2 at the moment.
Yeah.
So we're right now focused on the middle pair, which is definitely the closest.
Yeah.
The handicap, it's looking tough for. Looking like franchise is going to probably take it, but you never know. And
And we have
what we like to call a situation.
We got a situation. Hold on, we still got a situation on lane number 40.
5-pin for CQ.
He didn't want that.
Well, Ray steps up and gets all 10 back.
Fred says he didn't want it, but the pins did.
And CQ, no problem with 5-pin.
No problem. Yeah, with the plastic ball, making a statement there.
I will say Sean Knight had his hand up and now owes CQ a drink.
Well, he's straight edge. He's straight edge. He doesn't drink. So maybe an ice water.
Get him Gatorade or something.
Gatorade.
Oh, Shirley Temple. Okay, there you
Shirley
go.
Temple. I think you try to put yourself over. You want the Shirley Temple, not him.
And Curran again a 245. Back to that 245 for Kevin.
Well, speaking of drink, somebody might need some milk because it seems like they lost the pocket. And he's been rolling the ball very well. Very well has Kevin Curran. But for some reason, ever since the 5th frame, it's been downhill in terms of...
The first 4 were flush. Then the 5th one he got lucky, and then he hasn't had a strike since. But he hasn't making spares, so there's that.
Yeah. And Fred right now, well, he's closed all frames, all but the 8th.
Yeah. Which was the last frame, so he needs a strike here in the 9th foundation to really set himself up. And 10-pin stance.
Well, he has a second chance at a 10-pin to show that he can indeed make it. And the good thing about leaving it back-to-back and missing it one time is, well, you don't have to think far back to how you missed it.
That's a weird way to spin it, but okay.
Hey, either way, I'm going to spin it.
Kevin makes 245, so back-to-back for him.
Last time he got the hand across the body early. Let's see if we can keep the hand out in front of him and guide the ball rather than push the ball.
Yep.
And there you go.
Makes it.
Yep.
No problems there.
Yep. And like I said, the only good thing about making it the second time is that you left it before, you missed it, and then you can make an easy correction.
3-10, 10-pin falls, 3-pin for Peter.
No babies.
I like it like that. She's working that back. I don't know how to act. Slow motion. She's working that back. I don't know how to act. Slow motion for me. Moving slow motion for me. As long as the ball is slow motion, I need to switch.
Well,
I would say total wood is not.
Yeah, the total.
We gotta look at it.
Yeah,
I think franchise is up, but we gotta look at it. See who AJ gets the strike here. Big strike for AJ. That is huge.
Yeah, very big, very big.
We're gonna see the 10th frame here soon.
I like
Why you stop talking? Thank you. Why you stop talking? Thank you.
And look like that ball's going to take off.
Version. Yeah.
And like I said, Enki says, the more you talk, the more I keep dog walking.
Oh, trust me, I know.
Stay aggressive, girl. Stay aggressive.
Come on, Joey, gotta have it.
Yeah, all these strikes really going to add up for those 10 points that are up the grabs.
All right, coming down to the 10th frame.
All right, 10th frame here on our pair that we're looking at now.
Yep. Enki definitely leading the charge with 4 strikes going into the 10th.
Yeah, so right now it looks like it says 12, but it's actually 2. 2-pin lead for the franchise.
Let's see what happens right here. And
there's a big strike, and the 7-pin falls.
Yeah.
That was big.
Yeah,
that was
Bellinger
big for the
needed that.
franchise. He's on 1 on a strike, so you want him to strike first.
Yep.
CQ has to match.
Yeah, before CQ pulled those last 2 shots, let's see if he's going to relax and give it room and let it roll.
And that's Indy Oil. That's going to hold. Oh, didn't hold.
Yeah, he pitched that one inside there.
Way to be, Charlie. Way to be. You guys are trying to beat us, but let's go, you trying to win with just our scratch.
And Ray Bellinger, ooh, misses way inside.
With Jersey, 310.
Yeah. And CQ rolling the plastic and making sure
nice
that
for CQ.
Yep, making sure he's all over that sphere with the plastic. Potential 223 finish for Quayshawn.
Come on, Tommy, shut up! Come on, Tommy! All 3, baby! Run the game left!
Come on, Tommy.
And that ball is going to chop.
Nope.
And it
Leave
does
one
chop.
behind.
All right. CQ wants all 10 pins
so
here.
211 for Ray.
Yeah, man. It was pretty dark there for a while.
And Quayshawn gives that ball a lot more room.
Yeah.
And that's what he wanted the first shot.
Yes, he wanted that the first shot. 223 for CQ.
Very good finish for Quayshawn.
One more, Tommy, one more! Oh, my fucking...
Once we finish checking out handicap pair number 1, we will be taking another look at handicap pair number 2.
Especially because Phil Simmons right now 7-up with front 7.
Yes. And
Curran
the
finds the
solution.
pocket but doesn't find the strike.
He almost found something else though.
Almost a 10. But
he almost found someone with the same jersey.
Yeah, listen. And the 10-pin stands. And Phil leads a 7-pin.
All right.
So we are no longer on 300 watch.
But we are on watch for Fred Wandagh's frame number 10. Oh, that's way inside.
It's going to hold. Oh, no. This is actually makeable. On the research, it's actually a little easier.
Yeah,
the 4-pin not being there is a big deal. And Curran will make the 10-pin barely.
He almost gave it right back indeed.
But he held on.
All right, Tony. There you go. The pickup. Right back. Put your foot back on that fucking gas pedal. Let's go.
I say go as hard as you can just for the
wood. This wood is close. I think they're both like scratches up 300.
Oh, wait a minute.
But both handicaps are 150, I think. So this very. This handicap is going to be very close. The total wood. So every pin's going to matter here. Fred finishes with 200. See if Kevin finishes off strong. And another 10-pin.
Yeah.
So 229. Front 5 and all spares for 229.
Yeah.
That's why spares are important. If you lose a line, but you keep making spares, you still have a 230 game.
Very good. Astute observation by the Rambler himself.
Bowling math.
BM.
All right. Huge strike here for AJ if he's up here.
Yeah.
Team's down 34. If he strikes here, he gives his team a shot.
Yeah, Anki wants to strike, and he wants the other person to open.
Yes.
Pretty simple. Gets that
Looks
ball
good.
inside.
Oh, 10-piece stance.
Yeah, he missed inside in the oil there.
Yeah, this wood is looking very close.
Yeah, this is extremely tight.
And Gracula trying to fit. He's doing what Anki should have done. He was on a four-bagger. He struck.
Yeah. Well, if we could all do it, we'd all be on the tour.
Yeah. All right, here's a big strike here for Peter. If he strikes here, it pretty much ends the game. 10-pin.
Almost leaves the 8-10.
That will end the game, though. So the game. So Franchise will win this game. So Franchise is going to take 2 points on this pair.
But they will hold on to overall wood on this pair.
Yes. So Franchise is going to win 10 on scratch. They're going to win 2 on the second one. And now Franchise is going to win 3 on the third pair. So that puts him at 15.
Yeah!
All right.
So
I was close.
But if they win the total wood, it'll be 25.
And I did say,
I think.
and what did I say, 26-14?
It's going to be 15-15.
It can't be 15-15.
And then the total wood's going to be 10 points.
Oh, yeah.
So it's 25-15.
25-15.
No matter who wins the woods, it's 25-15.
So I mean, I was one off.
Yeah, you were close.
I told you.
Yep.
If I call a certain point spread, you could almost take it to the bank.
You the time for that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Because we know now for sure it's going to be a 25-15. It doesn't matter though who's getting 25 and who's getting 15. A difference of 212. And a 197 for Peter. So 2007 to 1861.
And we are going to take a look over at handicap pair number 2 for the finish of the match.
Over here. So 146.
So 146 point differential over here.
Yes.
A very big point differential on scratch.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go over to handicap pair number 2. And we're going to look at what could possibly be a 25-15 point split. I predicted 26-14. I didn't know in favor of who, but this felt like one of those matches where the point split was going to be a little close. Phil Simmons, 279 pace for Phil Simmons. That Phil should be on front 9. Unfortunately, he's front 7, tap, spare, and going to come.
Fight to the end, let's go.
Yeah, that's right, fight to the end is right.
Every fucking pin. Every pin. Teach you guys about dumping.
And you know what, Erica? I mentioned that, the PBA has EJ Tackett, but I call you EJ Factor. Because anytime you show up on the carpet, you are always a factor.
I like yours. Me too. That's the Me Too movement.
I guess shout out to the Me Too movement, right? And we're going to see Zambrano up here. Zambrano looking to convert. And does not convert his spare. He left the 2-7. Takes out the 2. The 7 still
so
stays.
It's 280
King
minus
James
146.
looking to cover his
so
spare.
the wood
and
right now.
As you hear Fred Wantagh saying.
The wood is 134. If so the wood is 134 franchise. Right here, it looks like, yes. So right here, it's 1885 minus, well, I'll wait for answer to this shot.
New blue.
Nope, that did not finish.
But not a new look.
Nope.
2-4-5 lead for LaRocca.
Right now it's 126. So right now franchise up a little bit. It's very close though. 134 is the number to hit. So if franchise loses the wood by less than 133 or less, they're going to win total wood. But if Lane Chris comes back and wins by 135 or more, they're going to win. And you know what happens if they tie the Wood? 2020. Oh, what time? That'd be hilarious.
So, right now,
it's 120 pins.
There is
134 is the number.
Now, yeah, 134
so
is the number.
14-point lead for franchise heading into this last frame.
Charlie Davis had an amazing start.
Yep.
Only one blemish, but still with a potential 223 finish is Charlie Davis.
Charlie, yeah. First up will be Alex on the right lane. He pitches it out. He gets it to the spot and gets it all down. And he's jumping again.
And he's jumping. He took a little time before he jumped that time. He had to get the feet set. And the return of the clap. Jimmy Dugan.
Beware the clap, Jimmy Dugan.
Charlie looking to answer.
Yeah. Right now it's 100. Yeah, number's 134.
That ball is good.
And all 10 down. Now it's 110.
110?
I'm looking at the score. It's 110.
110.
The big frame will be the second one, because that's when you have Philly on a strike against Jose on an open.
And this is a situation where if you're losing, you're looking to control how much you lose by.
Yeah. That's why the Wood is so close.
Very tight over here.
Very tight. I like tight.
And speaking of tight.
And all 10 down for Alex.
Let's go, buddy!
And it looks like Gakula's nipples almost got hard after that strike.
Nipples are hard all the time, 100% of the time.
Oh, Lord.
90% of the time, 100% of the time.
Yeah, that's right. And that shot looks great out of her hand.
And thanks for Charlie Davis.
Great shot, not rewarded for it. Unfortunately, leaves a 10 pin.
Again, it is already locked, 15-15. Total Wood is all that matters at the moment.
I called a close match, and we are getting just that.
Yep. And this is going to cross over. Oh, no, it's on the whole pocket.
No.
Wow.
He struck oil on that one.
Yep.
Big 10th frame for Cruzetta.
Yep. You know, when you're struggling in the middle of the game, but you finish off strong, 182. Well, if they win that Wood, it's all that matters. You got the 3 and a 10.
Alex, I got to ask you. So, how the knees, man? We saw you jump up a couple times.
66 years old, and my knees are just fine. Thank you very much.
That's right. A walking bowling inspiration and great finish in the 10th, by the way.
All right. This is where Lane Christian needs to do his work.
Yeah.
Because again, Phil on a strike against Jose on an open. And Jose gets it out. And Jose flushes it. Like franchise found out that it's close and they got a second win here. And now look at that. When he hasn't drawn strikes in the second frame, and he strikes here.
Yeah.
When it matters the most. Phil needs a match right now.
And 79,
he got a little
maybe?
too far out though.
Oh.
And leaves a bucket. And this is starting to really look like a franchise 25-15 win.
And what did I say again?
He's at 26-14.
Yep. And it was only because of the tie.
Because of the tie. if franchise would have won instead of tying, it would have been 26-14. But because of the tie, it's 25-15.
They call me Mr. Point Spread.
I was close. I said 2020, and that, I mean, 2020 could have happened if they tied the Wood. And
hey,
shout out Josh Malley.
Put a lights out jersey on that spare right there. And I couldn't agree more. Miguel Acobo said great place for it, and he was right.
Why? Because he drew the strike the first shot. That's all that mattered. If you feel 19, that's all you needed.
Yeah.
Because now, I mean, you're already looking at winning the Wood already, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Potential 259 finish for Phil Simmons.
Yep. And you had a 145 for Jose, but you know what? That one strike made a huge difference.
Yeah. Quality 145.
Hey, listen, take it what you can get. Phil leaves himself a
256.
256. And all Sam needs to do is keep it on the lane, and the lockup total would here. This is what we're talking about. When you see a first-place team against an eighth-place team, anything can happen, though, in the UBA. Because we know the franchise talented, and they proved it. And there's all 10. That locks it up. As franchise will win this match 25-15.
That's right.
The Scratch Pair did most of the work, I will say that. Scratch Pair winning their pair by 280 definitely goes a long way here.
Congratulations to the 8th place team. We appreciate you.
That sounds like sore losers. Oh, sore
It sounds like you
losers.
guys are still here. Actually, we started there before.
Hey, win it. Hey, don't call it.
And this has been indeed a back. It was a major match. Now,
it was a good match.
Winning by 280 fans.
Yeah,
that was what the key was.
With the exception of the Scratch Pair, Lane Crashers came here to fight. And
That's all right. We gotta have one loss somewhere.
and you know, is that the first loss?
No, that's what I said.
Don't worry. Hey, when the 8th place.
So franchise stops the freight train that is.
Lane Crashers. So the Lane Crashers, will they still leave first place? I don't know. We'll see what SK and Lights Out did.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
We'll see the standings coming in the next day or two and see what. But you know, 25-15 is still a very close match.
Very close match.
So we're gonna be signing off here from Wantagh Lanes.
Voice of choice, Sean Knight facing.
Mr. Rambler, Kenny Latham.
All right, UBA all damn day.
All day, baby.
25-15.
25-15 for the franchise in this match. Go back to see how my team's doing now. I'm sure Sean Knight will too. Thank you.
Yo.
One more somewhere.
Call me Mr. Frank.